Have you ever been sitting there, completely relaxed, when suddenly you realize you can't feel your toes? That weird, tingling, pins and needles sensation that makes you get up and stomp your foot on the floor just to wake it up? Your mind probably immediately jumps to the big one: diabetes. It's the first thing Google tells you, and it can send you into a full-blown panic. But what if I told you that for millions of people, that scary diagnosis is not the cause? Stay with me, because in this video we're diving deep into the real and often surprising reasons behind numb toes. We're going to debunk the myths, calm your nerves, and explore the actual mechanics of what's happening inside your body. By the end of this, you'll have a clear understanding of the potential culprits and, more importantly, you'll know what steps to take next. So if you're ready to solve this mystery once and for all, let's get started. That initial fear is understandable. Peripheral neuropathy, nerve damage that often causes numbness in the extremities, is a well-known complication of diabetes. But it's crucial to remember it's a complication of long-term, unmanaged high blood sugar. It's rarely the very first symptom to appear out of the blue. So if your blood sugar levels are generally healthy, it's time to look elsewhere. The real answer often lies not in your blood, but in your nerves themselves. The sensation of numbness is almost always a nerve issue, a signal that somewhere along the line, from your spine all the way down to your toes, a nerve is getting irritated, compressed, or isn't getting the nutrients it needs to fire properly. This is where the story gets interesting. The path a nerve takes from your lower back to the tip of your toe is a long and precarious journey, and there are several spots where it can easily get into trouble. The most common causes are often mechanical and far less frightening than a chronic illness. So if it's not diabetes, what's actually putting the squeeze on your nerves? Let's talk about one of the most frequent offenders, especially if the numbness is just in one foot: nerve compression. Think of your nerves like delicate electrical wires. If you press on them or squash them, the signal gets disrupted, leading to that classic numb or tingling feeling. The biggest culprit on this list is a condition called tarsal tunnel syndrome. You've probably heard of carpal tunnel in the wrist? Well, this is its cousin in the ankle. There's a narrow space on the inside of your ankle called the tarsal tunnel, where a major nerve, the posterior tibial nerve, runs through. If this tunnel becomes narrowed due to swelling from an injury, inflammation from arthritis, or even something like flat feet, it puts pressure on that nerve. The result? Numbness, tingling, or a burning pain that radiates into the sole of your foot and your toes. It's a classic case of a nerve getting literally stuck in traffic. But the problem might start even higher up. Your sciatic nerve is the main highway that runs from your lower back down each leg. If this nerve gets irritated or compressed, often by a herniated disc, a muscle spasm, or a condition called piriformis syndrome, where a deep buttock muscle pinches it, the effects can be felt all the way down to your toes. This is called sciatica. The numbness might travel along a specific path, and you might also experience pain in your lower back buttock or the back of your leg. So that numb toe could actually be a message from your spine telling you something is out of alignment. Understanding that the issue is local in the ankle or the back and not a whole body problem like diabetes should be a huge relief. It means the solutions are often more straightforward, involving physical therapy, proper footwear, or posture correction. But nerves don't just get pinched. Sometimes they're starved of what they need to function. Now, let's say your nerves have all the room they need. No pinching, no compression. The problem could then be that they're not getting the right fuel to operate correctly. Nerves, like every other part of your body, rely on a steady supply of oxygen-rich blood and specific vitamins to send their signals properly. When that supply is cut off or lacking, the messages get scrambled. First, let's talk circulation. Poor blood flow to the feet can absolutely cause numbness and a cold feeling. This is different from nerve compression. Instead of a pinched wire, imagine a garden hose that's been kinked. The water, or in this case blood, can't get through. This can be caused by peripheral artery disease, PID, where arteries become narrowed by a buildup of plaque. It can also be as simple as sitting in one position for too long with your legs crossed, or wearing shoes that are far too tight. The numbness from poor circulation often feels cold, and might make your skin look pale or bluish. The fix here is about getting the blood moving again, through movement, better posture, and lifestyle changes. But perhaps the most overlooked cause of neuropathy-like symptoms is a simple vitamin deficiency. Your nerves are coated in a protective sheath called myelin. Think of it like the plastic insulation around an electrical wire. To maintain this insulation, your body desperately needs certain B vitamins, particularly B12, B6, and B9 folate. A deficiency in B12 is a massive and common culprit for numbness and tingling in the hands and feet. It's especially prevalent in vegans and vegetarians, as B12 is primarily found in animal products, and in older adults who may not absorb it as well. Other key players are vitamin D and vitamin E. Without these essential nutrients, the nerves simply can't function, and they start to malfunction, sending out distress signals of numbness and pain. The fantastic news is that this is often one of the easiest problems to identify with a simple blood test and to correct with dietary changes or supplements. So, we've covered pinched nerves and nutrient shortages. But sometimes the cause is something you're doing every single day without even realizing it. This might be the most surprising part for many of you. Sometimes the cause of your numb toes isn't a medical condition you have, but something you do. A daily habit that's so routine you'd never suspect it. Let's break down the usual suspects. First on the list, your shoes. Are they too tight? Too narrow in the toe box? High heels? Fashionable footwear is often the enemy of foot health. Shoes that cram your toes together can compress the small digital nerves running between the bones of your feet. This can lead to a specific condition called Morton's neuroma, which feels like a burning numbness. Often between your third and fourth toes, it's essentially a thickened, irritated nerve. So that stylish pair of kicks might be literally stepping on your nerves. Next up, your posture. Do you sit for long hours at a desk, maybe with your legs crossed or tucked underneath you? This isn't just bad for your back, it's terrible for circulation and nerve function in your lower limbs. You're putting direct pressure on nerves and blood vessels. The same goes for sitting on a wallet in your back pocket. That can compress the sciatic nerve and cause symptoms all the way down to your foot. And let's not forget repetitive stress. Are you a runner, a cyclist, or do you have a job that involves a lot of impact on your feet? Repetitive motion and impact can inflame tissues and ligaments in the foot, which then swell and put pressure on nearby nerves. It's a slow, gradual process of irritation that eventually manifests as that out-of-the-blue numbness. The good news? These are all within your power to change. It might be as simple as getting a more ergonomic office chair, uncrossing your legs, or investing in properly fitted supportive shoes. But with all these possibilities, how do you know when it's time to stop guessing and actually see a doctor? So, we've covered a lot of ground, from pinched nerves to vitamin deficiencies and sneaky habits. But this is the most important part. What to do now? First, let's talk about when you absolutely need to see a doctor. While most causes of numb toes are not emergencies, you must seek immediate medical attention if your numbness comes on suddenly, is accompanied by weakness, dizziness, confusion, or severe headache, or if it spreads rapidly. These can be signs of a serious neurological event. For the more common, gradual numbness, it's still wise to consult a healthcare professional. They can help pinpoint the exact cause, whether it's through a physical exam, blood tests for vitamin levels, or imaging like an MRI for your spine. A proper diagnosis is the first step to an effective treatment plan, which could involve physical therapy, orthotics, dietary changes, or simple lifestyle adjustments. Now, you have the knowledge to start a conversation with your doctor and advocate for your health. You know it's not always diabetes, and you're aware of the real common culprits. Remember, your body is sending you a signal. Now you're equipped to listen and understand what it's trying to say. If this video helped demystify what's going on with your feet and put your mind at ease, then do me a huge favor. Hit the like button right now. It takes a second, but it tells YouTube that this content is helpful, which helps us reach more people who are needlessly worried. And if you haven't already, subscribe and tap the bell icon. We break down complex health topics into simple, actionable advice every week, and we don't want you to miss the next video that could be the answer you're looking for. That one click helps more than you know. Thanks for watching, and take care of those feet.